Hi, this is Wishop, and I'm so sorry to be late with this weekly reading. And in fact, this reading will be for the whole week from what would have been Monday, March 9th, which was yesterday, through Sunday, March 15th. So it'll be for the whole week. I'm sorry to be late. Things have been crazy, and I think things have probably been crazy for you too. The energy's been weird. There's no question about that. I sort of hoped the full moon in Virgo would be just kind of warm and friendly, but it was also kind of tumultuous. And I think some of what I'd heard other people saying seems to be coming true, which is that things are going to come into your life which seem dramatic and unpleasant or unwanted. And then it's going to turn out that on more reflection, they're actually wanted. They might actually even be answers to prayers. And that is a weird thing to say, and it's a weird thing to have happen. But I think it's a little bit like when you have a very slightly leaky pipe, it can be doing a lot of damage and undermining things, but you don't know where the problem is. And these bursts of emotion that have happened lately are like the pipe breaking. So now you can actually see where the problem is. And I think that's what's been happening, that there's been heightened emotions, but it's also highlighted things in a way that's revealed things about relationships and situations, and also within our own reactions to those situations and the way people are reacting to us, we're seeing where we've been transformed or not transformed. So things are, like I said, they're in a different light, and it's odd. It's odd for me. It's odd for other people. I know maybe it's odd for you, but if it is, you are not alone. So this is going to be kind of a quick and dirty, but it will cover the whole week. I rolled the dice for the I Ching, and what I got was 3, which is called Difficult Beginnings. It's kind of a birthing pain sort of card. And after all the sort of quiet, incubate kind of cards we've had, we're now to the birthing process. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. Also with 3, I always think of the Empress, and I want to pull this up. And I want to point out that when I rolled the dice, I got 3 number 3 dice, which helped compose the whole hexagram. So 3 threes, a lot of people who are interested in angel numbers associate that with ascended masters helping you out. And that's good. At this moment, I would probably call on whoever you feel might be listening or interested. But here's the Empress. She is fertile and abundant. New things are definitely happening, but the way they're happening can be quite unexpected. And of course, with the Pluto-Uranus square still getting ready to kind of give us a last big visit, you know, you can't really say expect the unexpected, but that's really kind of what's true. And also expect the unexpected blessing. So I don't just mean that you might get a lottery ticket that hits. That would be great. But expect that things which initially look disadvantageous could actually be signs of tremendous growth and progress. So that's kind of where this week is going. So anyway, with that, with the I Ching, difficult beginnings, but productive. And one thing that the I Ching focuses on in this time is honesty and truth. And that really seems to be that call of balance. Maintain your own integrity. Make sure that you can be proud of being you. And as long as you try to keep your cool, because there's going to be these onslaughts of emotion and strange change, just try to keep your cool and know who you are, and you're probably going to come out in a much better stage than you were. You're going to get your leaky pipe fixed, and then it's not going to be rotting your foundations or causing that creepy mildew smell anymore. A lot of long-standing problems in your life can be cleared up in these sort of temporary explosions that at first seem unwelcome. So let's draw the random tarot cards for the week. These are from the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. I don't know how well you can see this box here, but I put it up here. So here that is. So let's get to flipping. Knight of Swords, hello. Wheel of Fortune upright. And 7 of Cups. Okay, good stuff and great messages, very in keeping for the week. So the Knight of Swords, we have this obviously martial kind of energy. And I would say, you know, Mars is in Aries right now. And he's really close to Uranus right now. So stuff's fired up. So this warrior is fired up for battle. And he's got this dragon down below him. I don't tend to think of dragons, especially not this one, in this sort of submissive posture as being such a bad thing. And I think I look at this Knight of Swords as saying, before you swing that sword, just look at who you're swinging at. Like, really make sure that that's a fight that you want to get into, because you could hurt somebody. You could hurt yourself. So I think the Knight of Swords will say that our tendency will be to, you know, slice first, ask questions later. Just be aware of that. You're going to feel that. You're going to feel fired up. We're all going to feel fired up. So just be aware that's going to be how that is, and just try to be gentle with yourself. Forgive yourself if you are snappy, but try to forgive other people for feeling irritable, especially if they maybe have less understanding about the crazy confluences going on in the heavens. They just feel crazy and don't know why. You know, I feel like even my dogs are acting crazy. I mean, everybody's a little shaken up. So anyway, going on to the Wheel of Fortune. I don't really do this beginning, middle, end of the week. I sort of take it holistically. The Wheel of Fortune means the wheel is turning, and at last the season is turning. At last the wheel of the year is turning. And of course, look at this. In this Wheel of Fortune, we actually have a mother and baby. So we have that same birthing sort of feeling coming through. So she's actually looking very happy. The hard part of the birth is over, and now she's got the beautiful, bounteous joy of new life. So I think that's the way to think about it. Your luck is turning, and while the wheel's turning, it may feel tumultuous, but it's actually taking you someplace great. And we have the 7 of Cups here. And the 7 of Cups, we've got all of these different alternatives, right? So here's this sort of angel, and here's this big house, here are riches, here's a laurel wreath of victory, here's the snake of wisdom, here's a person, maybe a love interest, and you have the ability to choose from all of these things. And if you look, there's this little angel chorus down below. So she's holding up this linen that's got all these choices on it. And it looks like the angels are sort of conferring with each other, like, I don't know, what do you think? What do you think? What this could mean is you are revisiting your choices. And in fact, that is strongly influenced by the astrology. Let me just turn my iPad on real quick so I can tell you. Okay, so I wanted to get the dates right. Mercury is moving into Pisces on March 12th. So what's going to happen there is that, because obviously Mercury is the sign of thinking and communication, you're going to have a lot of thoughts around your creative life, a lot of thoughts around your deep, intuitive, artistic life, and thoughts around your own emotions. And that's fine. That's kind of some of the work we've been doing. But also, because it's Mercury and he rules communications, it's going to help you express that in a compassionate, loving, sensitive way. So you may be rethinking your priorities. And in fact, on March 14th, Saturday, Saturn is going retrograde in Sagittarius. So what's happening is Saturn, who is our taskmaster of time and obligation and duties, who's really been kicking our butt, and he was tough in Capricorn. And we were also happy when he went to Sagittarius and kind of lightened up a little bit. Now he's actually going retrograde, which says, while he was in Capricorn, you may have put in place all of these fine plans and visions, but the last 2.5 to 3 years may have changed you, may have changed the things you want, may have changed your value system. And when he goes retrograde, this is a great time to look, do I still want the thing I thought I wanted? If I have to change it, Mercury in Pisces will help me communicate my deep feelings about that change and make that change in a loving way, to be able to explain to people, I'm just not that person anymore. I don't want to work on this thing anymore. That's not my goal anymore. That's not my priority anymore. And that may feel like a very hard thing to say, but Mercury in Pisces is going to help you say it if you need to. So if you have plans that have been rolling along, and if it's in Capricorn, it may feel like a steamroller rolling along, and those need changing, right? Those need revising. Now will be a great time to look at your best laid plans and make sure they still really reflect what you want. So I'm stumbling over my words a little bit, but that's just how it's going to be. So I also pulled an oracle card for the week from the Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle by Cheryl Yambrick Rose. Let me pull this so you can see this. See that? Okay, great. Groovy. I like to give credit to the artist because I just think the cards are so beautiful and I really enjoy them. So we're going to give this a flip and see what we get. And I have the book handy in case it's one of these. This deck is new to me and I may not know exactly what it is. Oh, well, that's not tough, right? Embrace enlightenment. So there we have this sort of completely lavender card, right? That's super duper crown chakra, enlightenment. And there's this, oh, it's a cloud formation over her head, but it could be read as something different, depending on how you want to think about it. This golden solar angel is holding this beautiful pink rose in her hands. And, you know, your pink rose that we're talking about in a metaphorical way, you can think of as your heart chakra. I'm trying to get this so there's less glare. So what I think it is, embrace enlightenment, but let that enlightenment flow from your heart. There can be a tendency to get very logical and analytical about things, and that can be very limiting. I mean, if there's anything we found with Uranus doing its magic, it's that we can be limited by thinking too much about what we can imagine. Because some of the stuff that's been happening recently is unimaginable. Conversations you wouldn't have dreamed of having, events you wouldn't have dreamed happening. And so you're limited if you only expect enlightenment to come through what you can imagine. If you can't think of the way a thing could work out, that doesn't mean it can't work out. Just give your own need to imagine what the future looks like a break. Accept that sort of Saturn retrograde thing and say, you know what, I probably need to revise my plans, but maybe I don't know how to revise them yet. But let me lead from my heart. Let me lead from what I want. Let me lead from this new sense of values that I have, and expect that everything else is going to flow from there. Let me get in touch with my real compassion for myself and my real true desires, and then let my plans, let my activities, let my upper chakra stuff kind of flow from my heart instead of the other way around, expecting a beam from outer space. I think that these, the Ascended Masters, you know, are going to be supportive. These angels keeping a council are sort of, they're there to support you. I think whoever you feel connected to, whether or not it's your ancestors or deities or angels or spirits or dragons or unicorns or the fae or animal spirits. I mean, really, wherever you feel a connection, that's a place to reach out and ask for support. But they're not feeding you the answers. The answers are within you, and they're not tucked within your mind. They're tucked within your heart. And if you follow that, you're going to get all the support you need to communicate that to the world in the way you need to do it. So I hope that this difficult beginnings, number 3 in the I Ching this week, is actually leading to a beautiful birth. And I think we're all going to be happy with where it goes. At least I certainly hope so. So have a great week. I will see you again next week. This is going through the 15th. And have a great time, whatever you're doing. And, you know, rock the hell on with your damn selves. Bye.